Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with another episode of Titans, of course. Last time on Titans, we revisited Jericho, right? The character was introduced, so we got something of a flashback several episodes ago, and we've been waiting to go back to find out what exactly happened. Of course, we know that the Titans themselves feel some guilt over the death of Deathstroke's son, but we were left wondering whether directly responsible or was it just guilt for getting him involved in the first place, right? And we got our questions answered last episode, and I mean there's still a bit of question as to why Dick holds himself specifically responsible for Jericho's death, more so than the other members of the team, or at least that's what it feels like, right? The episode prior, we left him on the rooftop with Jason, and he said, "I have a secret," but how much of a secret is it? I mean, the other team members they already know that they got Jericho involved, so it gave the impression that he was hiding something from them, or he was carrying this great burden. And for while watching the episode, I was expecting some great revelation as to why that was, but I quickly realized that perhaps the other members do know that they all contributed in some way to Jericho's death, but Dick feels especially guilty because Deathstroke was about to kill him when Jericho intervened, right? So in a way, he saved his life by sacrificing his own. So I think perhaps that is why he feels a lot more guilt than so much more than the others actually do. Because he was there, he interrupted their father-son moment. He specifically went there to face Deathstroke, despite telling Jericho that he could actually go on his own. So he must have felt as though he betrayed his friend, because I really think at some level he considered him a friend, even though initially they started out wanting to actually use him. So he feels as though he lost his friend, or his friend sacrificed his life to actually save him. Of course, it was still wrong for them to get Jericho involved in the first place, but I mean, it was revealed that he actually does have abilities, and it seems to have, been a result of the experiments that Slade himself have gone through. Of course, his abilities seem to manifest themselves differently. Jericho's ability was so he could possess people. Slade's or a bit more subtle, so he has enhanced strength, speed, reflexes, but nothing that looks like supernatural in the way Jericho's ability does. Rose, of course, and I said this last episode, where the hell is Rose in that episode? I mean, the way she spoke about hating her father and how much she loved her brother, it was quite suspicious that she was actually absent from the entire episode. She wasn't in the household, she wasn't in any of the photos that I saw. I may have missed something, but I don't recall seeing any hint of her being a part of the family. So it's interesting. I did say before that I believe she's the one that's messing with everyone in the Titans Tower. So I'm hoping that we go back to that this episode and we can get some resolution there. So definitely excited. Let's check it out.
I told you that Jericho was dead when I got to the church.
Ah, okay.
But he wasn't. He was
Didn't
alive.
tell the entire truth.
He died trying to save me from his father.
I knew it.
Lying sack of shit.
Hey.
Just for a moment there, I thought Hank was gonna rise above and hug him or something.
At least you gotta have the truth. My brother's dead because...
Let's go.
The old team I can understand, but it makes no sense for them to be skipping out.
I got a loose end to take care of. Sorry. At least it's out now. The truth. I'm sure they'll get over it soon.
What are you gonna do, Gar?
Won't cry, won't cry, won't cry. Lord knows
So I guess we're never gonna find out
we try.
who was messing around in Titan's Tower. Did you
What
get out?
happened?
Your sister happened.
Blackfire's here?
She sent more guards.
Well, she sent her friends to kill the both of us.
Okay. What happened to taking her back home?
Your extended field trip has had consequences.
What does that mean?
Blackfire's on its own.
Blackfire now has the
Ah.
crown. Your crown.
That's impossible. She would have had to circumvent. So what? It's like his little soldiers that work on a need-to-know basis.
Oh please, come on. You're just
gotta
as
keep
responsible. You went
Fuck hides that.
and faced Deathstroke yourself. Exactly.
What?
You played your part. You all played a part.
Thank
We
you.
all decided to
Thank
keep it a
you.
secret.
We thought it was for the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Hold down the fort. The place pretty much runs itself. You got any questions? There's a manual in the
Oh, I
tower.
thought it was gonna head
Yeah,
back to
fine.
the,
Hey, I got a
Doom
question.
Patrol.
What about the unconscious naked dude down the hall?
He's your number one job. His vitals are steady. Just check on him every few hours, but nothing to worry about. He's probably gonna outlive us all. When he wakes up, call Bruce.
Bruce Wayne?
No, Bruce Springsteen. Huh? Connor will probably want to get in touch with Superman. Bruce can make that happen.
So this episode is
Gar's
all
log,
about Gar.
starting 21st.
Gar's
Operations
log.
Save the Titans. Day Alpha. There's a whole lot of work to do, and no one to do but me.
Make the most of it. Alright, he's a vegetarian, right? He turned into any animal, but doesn't eat meat.
Chapter 1. The period. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch
I'm curious
of
whether
credulity.
Crypto is actually a real dog or a CG. I mean, it'd be cheaper to use an actual dog, so I'm guessing.
Gar's log.
Dude, you have a whole tower to yourself. I killed to
Fine.
switch places with you, okay? Oh, alright. Huh.
Okay. You're,
Awake.
You're
You're
awake.
naked. Well, this is kind of Gar's thing, isn't it? After he transforms.
What is this place?
Titan's Tower.
He has no idea what that is.
Yeah, I guess that might sound a little weird with no context. Okay. The Titan. We all have powers and special abilities. We choose to help people.
Eve said it's okay for me to help people. I remember that.
Look, the important thing is you're awake now, which is good because I was on the verge of losing my mind.
Are we gonna get a glimpse of Blackfire in this episode, I wonder? He said she's not there, but
You want anything?
Ranch corn nuts and a yoo-hoo. Good to have.
So gross.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, ma'am.
Watching way too much TV.
there's no such thing. God damn it. Already compromised. What the hell was that?
This is the training room. We have weights, weapons, equipment. Others all had stuff they had to do. Are they
Secret
coming back?
mission.
I think once they realize how important it is to do what we're all doing, they'll be back. It's the heavy bag.
Not for him, it's
Give it a
not.
shot.
This is a finger.
Sorry. It's okay. Just tell Dick I did it.
Be on guard, people.
Well, aren't you lovebirds cute?
Excuse me?
You don't know who I am. I know you. You think you can come back here? I'm Ellis's sister. That kid you got killed.
Oh.
No. Man. We're so sorry about Ellis.
You do not deserve to save my brother's.
Why does she think they got him killed?
You know,
Her junkie boyfriend was the one that got him hooked in the first place. Where were you when Ellis OD'd and nearly died? Oh, that's right. You were in lockup on a possession beef. We took care of Ellis. We got him clean, not you.
yeah, you got him killed too. Pat yourself. Maybe you've got it in you to kill another one of us, but maybe we get to you before you do.
What's her problem?
What was it that you liked to say to Ellis? Oh, yeah. One day at a time.
Okay. Well, that came out of nowhere. Obviously, it wasn't their fault, so why does she have a beef with them?
Oh, no. No! Bro, I'm dead. I'm dead. We're
Valuable lessons.
We are
I'm
dead,
so
bro.
proud of Gar. Teach him some
over.
dexterity.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, he's kind of cheating. And Superman, yeah. It's not fair.
That's impossible. I've never beaten that boss before. No one has.
Hello?
Hi.
Ah,
My name is Dick Grayson.
Jericho's mom. Don't.
I was hoping we could talk.
Are you gonna go around telling everyone about this?
Please.
He loved you. And your friends.
Not the response I was thinking she'd give.
You all still together?
That's all finished now.
I'm a forgiving person. I can't forget what you did.
And I can't forget
There's
what
no
your husband did either.
Is your seduction of my son. You came to make yourself feel better. Not today, Mr. Grayson. I've got nothing but pain for you.
I hope you said the same to the man that actually killed him.
There is another option. If it's forgiveness you want, you should try in there.
I won. You took my family and cast it into the sea forever. So I took away yours. You came here for...
You didn't deserve him.
Excuse me?
Jericho. You didn't deserve a son like him. Neither did we. He was better than the rest of us. And we all let him down.
Got you there. She said they.
Came here to pay your debt. There's no forgiveness here. Our war is over. But if you ever put the Titans back together, even for a weekend, I will kill every last one of you.
Mom's a bit of a hypocrite, though, I've got to say.
Oh. Cigar. What can you do?
It's no big deal.
Come on. Can you show me?
Now's not the best time.
Well, can you tell me?
Yeah. It's kind of weird, but I can turn into a tiger.
No way.
The joy on his face, though.
What's a tiger?
no, 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 no,
Game
no.
on. Hero time.
Ah, no.
Connor, no!
Oh God, and they're recording him. Get the hell out of there. Run. Why are they shooting? Oh God, no. No, 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 no. Where the hell are you going, Gar? You had one job. I hope he's not dead. Where the hell did Gar go?
I'll go anywhere you want.
It won't matter.
What won't matter?
Trying someplace new. The problem isn't where we go. It's us.
You've been listening to Ellis's sister.
She's right. Maybe we should be apart.
Hank.
What?
See if the world's a little less fucked up a place without Hank and Dawn.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you weren't together, her mom died, your brother got killed. I fail to see the logic.
Well,
It's a trap.
It's too bad.
I've seen worse. Let's end this game, Blackfire.
Yeah, she does know.
When did you know?
Fade wasn't at the wedding when I joked about your hair. Fade, if you can hear me, if there's any part of you that's still alive in there, I am so sorry.
Yep.
Please.
God damn it. I was just starting to like this guy. You couldn't have restrained him and removed it somehow?
He was stronger than I expected.
What do you want, Blackfire?
We could roll together.
You killed them.
I have my own family now. One that loves me. Just me.
That's cold.
I'm coming for you.
It would be good if you brought some Titans with you.
Bye.
Well, you don't have a ship. It's gonna be tough to get there.
Where are we going today? Sir?
I don't know. Far, far away from people.
You'll have to narrow that down.
Disappointed in you, Gar. Not leaving?
This is Dave Grayson. I can't take a call right now. Leave a message.
Dick. I'm sorry. Something really bad happened. It's my fault. I need your help, so
Sorry, I'm going to Greenland.
call me back, yeah?
Excuse me, sir.
Trying to get himself arrested? Figured a more secluded place would be in prison. First off, everyone abandoning Dick was just a dick move, right? And I'm glad that Rachel, at the very least, you know, was forward enough to say to Donna that, hey, you were there as well. You also lied to us. And her response was, you know, she thought it was for the best. That's what Dick thought too. So, and I can understand the original Titans feeling betrayed somewhat, because odds are they felt as though they were more to blame than they were, and they really weren't. Not that they didn't have a hand in it, but they probably figured that, alright, they sent Jericho there alone and he died, so they were partly to blame. But at the same time, I mean, Donna had just gotten her ass kicked by Slade, and I think Hank and Dawn knew where Dick was actually going. If I could be mistaken, but I think they knew where he was going. And so, yeah, I agree. He shouldn't have lied about what exactly happened, but I don't see how it shifts any blame any blame away from them. They all agreed to get Jericho involved in the first place, so they all bear some responsibility. And yeah, so I again, part of me understand why, you know, they were his team. He shouldn't have lied to them. So I get why the original team are upset. What I don't get is why Rachel decided to leave. This guy spent an entire season he was going about his business. You showed up, assassins behind you, asking for his help, and he helped you. Got possessed by some otherworldly demon, and still helped you. So I don't get why she bailed on him. I know I gather later on we're gonna hear that, okay, she felt, you know, she was keeping them safe by leaving because she was losing control. But then yeah. So everyone else getting upset at Dick makes no sense, right? And of course, for the entire episode, I don't know, it's like I completely forgot that Slade was after them, and I thought that, or maybe he changed his mind, because when we saw him there in the episode, he was recovering, right? I was wondering how he was injured, but then I forgot that it wasn't the last episode that we saw him. That was just a flashback, so it would have been the previous episode on the rooftop. So Starfire gave him a good beating, and he threw a grenade just before he skipped out. But so he was injured. So I guess his agenda wasn't to kill them, but really to ensure, to sort of punish Dick by keeping the team apart. But it felt as though they all completely forgot that there was a threat. Before Dick found Deathstroke at his ex-wife's house, they all forgot that Deathstroke was a threat. Dick left the tower, left Gar alone there with an injured Superboy, knowing that someone had infiltrated the tower in the first place, and there was no explanation given. So I found that to be a bit weird. And I don't know, Jericho's mom, I thought she was a bit hypocritical, you know, about forgiveness. I understand her son died and she's upset because they did use her son, but they only used her son because her husband is in the business of killing people, and somehow her forgiveness seems to have extended to him in allowing him to stay with her. So yeah, she's a bit of a hypocrite there, right? The Gar, I'm a bit disappointed in Gar. Right, I said a few episodes back that I thought the character was slipping a bit because he was so easily manipulated and he seemed so immature. I understand he's meant to be the kid of the group, right, or one off. But I thought after what happened to Jason, you know, and him having felt some responsibility for what happened to Jason, that he would change, but no, he went and did the same thing. I enjoyed the montage, you know, day 1, day 2, going through being alone in Titan's Tower, and him and Crypto and Connor. I love that moment with them. But then he left Connor and ran away. I guess Dick and everyone else hold some responsibility because they did bring this person there, and they knew he was super powered in some way. They knew he was Superboy, and they left him there with Gar, who is the worst possible person to actually leave him there with. And Dick was like, I don't know, Dick was like, yeah, you can stay here. I mean, I don't know. The place is self-sustainable, yes, but you're still leaving someone there, and Gar, as much as it pains me, needs a babysitter. I hate that fact, but that seems to be the case. So he messed up. Superboy went rogue on some cops because no one has taught him the difference between criminals and the good guys. So it's a mess. It's a mess. I know Dick has gotten himself arrested. Greenland or a jail cell? I don't know. I guess one may be easier to get back. I don't know what his thought process was. I am, however, liking the Starfire and Blackfire storyline that we're going down. I said before that I thought it was a bit too soon because I don't want these storylines to converge until we've dealt with Deathstroke, and we clearly haven't yet. At the moment, they seem to be at something of a stalemate between, he said, he'll never forgive him, but he wants to punish him. Clearly not just kill him. He wants to punish him. So as long as the Titans stay apart, then he'll leave him alone. Of course, that's not going to remain the case for very long. But I mean, Deathstroke is injured. Try to kill him now. Well, I mean, there's your chance. So the Blackfire storyline is interesting. I was actually starting to like her guard. I've already forgotten his name, but I was actually starting to like him. Whatever it is Blackfire did to him, I mean, you couldn't have restrained him and maybe try to remove whatever it is that they put inside of him. Nope. That's just scorch him to death. That's it. And finally, Hank and Dawn. Right? For the first season, Hank and Dawn were some of my favorite parts. This season, not as much. I still enjoy the two on screen together, but I don't know, they've kind of been all over the place, right? When we were first reintroduced to them, I mean, Dr. Light blew up their house, killed their friend, I understand. They had to go back to Titan's Tower, follow up with Dick, and now they're back in Wyoming, and I struggle to understand Hank's reasoning for actually leaving. When he said that together, they're no good together. They just cause trouble wherever it is that they go. But I mean, pain is what brought them together in the first place. They weren't together, when all the stuff happened with him and his brother, when he was molested by that creepy coach. That bad shit was already happening in his life, when the school was basically using him to get championships, even though he was sustaining, brain injuries and stuff. That shit was still happening to him before he met Dawn. His brother died. It was the same accident, but it happened, and it may have happened if she wasn't there, whether she was there or not. So I struggle to understand what his logic is, because there was a lot of bad stuff that was happening throughout his life before he actually met Dawn. So it doesn't make any sense. And what's worse about it is that they were just threatened by someone, and he left his girlfriend there in that same house alone. That's not a good move, Hank. It's not a good move at all. And I know she can take care of herself, so I mean she's Dove, so I'm sure she can kick ass, but even so, I don't think leaving her alone there was his greatest idea. Now it appears as though he's going to start doing drugs and drinking again. But so it's not a great time for the Titans. It's not a great time. I believe this season is actually only 10 episodes, which means you only have one more episode to go. Clearly there's no possible way that we can find a resolution to all these characters. I do wonder what is going to happen though. I don't know. I just want the team to get back together. I want our team to get back together. So I'm baffled now as to where we're gonna go with the final episode. How do we conclude this season? And I hope they don't make the same mistake that they made in the previous season, where the cliffhanger should have started the very next season. So hopefully next episode, I imagine next episode we're gonna close this season with where our characters are. Dick in prison, of course. It's probably relatively easy for Bruce to get him out, but I imagine he wants to be there. And I think towards the end, or at least this will be something of a foreshadowing of Nightwing for the upcoming season. So that's something to look forward to. So I believe the next episode is just going to be a bit of setup for what we can expect the next season. Raven struggling with whatever is, trying to get out of her. I imagine it's her father, but as I've said before, I don't want there are too many. I don't want there can't be too many villains in one season. So it's best to leave Trigon out of it for the time being. But for now, I guess Raven is missing. We don't know where Donna is going. At the very least, Starfire can't leave just yet because she doesn't have a ship. But if we are going Blackfire storyline, she would need some help, right? I would prefer that we settle the Deathstroke storyline, and hopefully when the team is back together, then she can gather her team and they can go to Tamaran and deal with Blackfire. And I do have to wonder though, is everyone on Tamaran black? I'll be the one to ask that question because when her guard showed up, I'm like, okay, and now her sister. So I hope not. I don't see why it would be, but it would be an interesting creative choice if they decide to go in that direction. Interesting, whether it is or not, it works, I suppose. It was just something that I noticed, and I'm like, well, it's an interesting choice. Alright everyone, that's it, episode 9, Titans. Be sure to post down below, let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. Hit like or subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.